Margaret Qualley was also rumored a long time ago to play Rogue, not Rouge, in the X-Men series. Well, she commented on it. What did she say? We'll talk about that. Fantastic Four is right around the corner. Ike Barinholtz going to play Elon Musk. He-Man has a new logo. Some other things, man. You got Wednesday is going to be renewed for season 3. A lot of discussions, that and more. Let's discuss it. Myself, Kris Carr, on the show here today. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday. Let's do it. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, here on Wednesday. Joining me is Kris Carr. Hello, Kris. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. We are Brettless today.
We are Brettless.
Brettless. And that's okay. That's okay. He is away this week. He will be back next week for people who are wondering. So unfortunately, it's going to be Kris and I that have to fill in the abundance of movie news that we're knowledge that we're missing out on with Brett not here.
Yeah.
I know.
Encyclopedic mind, you know?
I really don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. But we can talk about X-Men. Want to do that?
Heck yeah.
Let's do it. Let's talk about X-Men because Margaret Qualley, who I only found out about 6 months ago, was Andy McDowell's daughter. And the second I found it out, I said, oh, that makes total sense because she looks just like her.
1,000%.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. In the same way that we were watching Novocaine the other day, and my wife's like, oh, that's definitely Meg Ryan's son because he looks just like her. The Substance star Margaret Qualley responds to rumors she's been eyed to play Rogue in the reboot. It's been rumored that Margaret, is it Qualley or Qualley?
Qualley.
Qualley. That's what I thought. Margaret Qualley will
yeah.
play the MCU's Rogue in Marvel Studios' X-Men reboot, but the actor doesn't appear keen on joining any major franchise. Check it out. After her phenomenal performance in The Substance, Margaret Qualley's star is on the rise, and fans welcome rumors that she might play Rogue in Marvel Studios' X-Men reboot. Qualley rose to prominence for her Golden Globe-nominated performance in Netflix's Made, while she also counts Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Poor Things, and the upcoming Honey Don't among her credits. However, a superhero franchise may not be in the 30-year-old's future. Talking to Collider, Qualley was asked about joining any major film series and responded, oh, I don't think I want to commit to a franchise. It seems like a lot of time and I'm scared. When she was presented with Rogue rumors, the actor replied, oh, shit, okay. This doesn't leave us with much to go on, but it does appear she's interested in joining. It doesn't appear like she's interested in joining the MCU or particularly aware of who Rogue is. It's still very early days for the next X-Men movie, although it's not outside the realm of possibility that Marvel Studios has already approached actors to play the next generation of mutants. Either way, the majority seem to agree that Qualley would be a great Rogue in the MCU, so we'll see what happens. Thunderbolt's helmer Jake Schreier was recently confirmed as the untitled X-Men reboot's director by Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, who said it's official, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Do you, A, believe her when she says she doesn't want to be part of a franchise? And do you believe her when she says she hasn't been approached for X-Men or doesn't even know about it?
I believe her to an extent.
Right.
I think Margaret Qualley does a lot of weird, funky films. She really is interested in doing stuff that's off the beaten trail. But I think if you back enough money up to an actor, they go, I could clear my schedule. I could maybe do that. Everyone's just one paycheck away from doing the whole Glenn Close approach of one for me, one for them. Right. And I do think people have probably talked to her. It's just Marvel is so hush hush about things that no actor wants to get darted by Kevin Feige. You know, I do remember, though, like a year ago, you and I talked about Keke Palmer, and that's who I still kind of want.
I think I actually love Margaret Qualley for the role. I think she's perfect for it. I think she's perfect.
She'd be great.
She, to me, is, out of all the choices that were even rumored, she is my favorite. Out of all of them, I think she'll hit that, just everything that I've envisioned her being. I don't know if anyone's ever really done Rogue right yet, you know, so I'm very curious to see how she would approach it. Now, I think saying, look, I don't know, I don't want committing time to a franchise. I think that's fair to say, and anybody can say that. It doesn't definitively say, oh, I don't want to do it. You don't maybe have the offer at the moment, and
Yeah.
what I think is silly, and I think there's a lot more actors that are doing these days, and I think that Leonardo DiCaprio kind of started this thing too, where Leonardo DiCaprio's advice to people is to don't do comic book movies. He's open. He tells actors, it was advice that he gives you is don't do comic book movies. I think it's terrible advice. Because you're almost like look at Mikey Madison. And Mikey Madison, from rumors, are that she's passing on everything, Star Wars, Marvel. It's like you got a window. You've got a window to capitalize on the success that you have. You can absolutely be, and if you want to stay in the smaller movie genre and that's what you want to do, then do it. But the world that we live in and the business, the way that the business is now, if you truly want to be successful, you got to do the one for me, one for them, as you're saying. You got to.
Yeah, absolutely. It just cuts you off at the knees, I think. And if you do want to do exciting, interesting, completely fresh IP, you do also have to then be a person who can fund those kinds of things as well. A lot of times we see these actors funding those kinds of passion projects, and doing Marvel, doing DC, that helps you, one, have name recognition in most households. And it does get you those paychecks that allow you then to either take really, really big pay cuts or to go, hey, I'm the one who's going to finance this. I'm going to be the person who makes this happen.
Right.
And I also think it's such a discredit to just, oh, you don't want to do those movies. You don't want to do that. It's all about the character. Every movie is about the character. You're always in service of the story. It's just, there is still this weird thing that comic book movies, genre movies can't be quality. And Margaret Qualley herself was in one of the most successful genre films of all time, The Substance.
Right.
So it feels very odd, too, to have somebody going, I'll do this kind of one, but I won't do this kind of one. I think it always comes down to the quality of a script. And if you have a really great character like Rogue, who is so complex, who does have lots of layers, who has some really juicy stuff that you can crawl through, that should appeal to a Margaret Qualley type. That should appeal to Oscar caliber actors. Yeah,
it depends on like who you're working with, who's your director, who, like who's going to challenge you, like those types of things. But I do think that there's definitely merit to saying with something like the X-Men, if she says, I don't really want to be tied down to 5 films because I haven't done a movie at this scale and I don't know if I'm going to like it. And I don't know, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think there's absolutely, you can say, it doesn't matter how much money you throw at me. I don't know if I want to be in that range of maybe she's comfortable in what she's doing and how she's approaching the business right now and the people that she's working with, that maybe she doesn't want to go down that route at all, because it's like one movie. And that's the problem with Marvel, is because they don't do that anymore, where you just go, well, we'll sign you up to one, because what if
unless
you sign
you're in a post-credit scene?
Unless you're in a post-credit scene. But if you're in like
we'll never see you again.
No, Harry Styles. So if like the Marvel movies are like, all right, look, we're going to sign you up for Rogue, but we need you for 3. She's like, I only want to do 1. Well, we can't use you because we're guaranteeing that Rogue's going to come back again.
Yeah.
So
that's the part that I can buy into, of I don't want to be tied down so much to that kind of thing.
Yes.
Much like Elizabeth Olsen went through, of, I'm a classically trained actor who wants to do everything, not just be Wanda. I want to do all this other stuff. What is it about Margaret that is so perfect for you, though, for Rogue? I'm very interested to know.
It's like, I feel like she can hit that Southern.
Sure.
That for sure. There's something on that, the look, like I could just see, I don't know, I just feel like, because the X-Men and G.I. Joe were the 2 things that I actually read comics growing up. And so Rogue, just, I have that vision of her in my mind. I can see her in the coat, I can see her doing all that, I could see her having, because Rogue was sexy also, and Margaret Qualley, same thing. And I think that there's something about her, she just fits the look to me overall of what Rogue is or was, at least in my mind, as far as casting goes. So and she, she's got to be, like as you said, the role's going to be juicy, where she's so she can't physically touch anybody, she can't do, like, it's like she's burdened by this thing, and I think that she can really resonate that kind of pain. But we'll see. I mean, we're going to find out sooner or later because X-Men casting is going to come up before you even know it.
Oh yeah.
You remember, and I guess we'll talk about Fantastic Four in a second. As far as X-Men, though, continuing on with this, it looks like we're just going to get the classic X-Men, the Fox X-Men during Doomsday, but I think it's really Secret Wars that you're going to see, if at all, where you're going to start to see the transfer to who the new X-Men are. So they've got to cast within the next year and a half, 2 years, you would assume, right?
Yeah, because Feige himself has said that it's going to kind of work as a reboot too, ushering us into the new phase of this. We will eventually have new Iron Man, new Cap, those kinds of things down the road too. And this is that resetting. So you do have to go, thank you very much, old regime. We appreciate you. Famke Janssen, thank you so much. And move on to somebody else and let us know who that is.
Yeah, and it's like one final send-off. And to do it in the way that they're doing it would be very interesting. But what do you guys make of all of it as far as what Margaret Qualley's comments are? Do you think that she is making a mistake if this is fact and she doesn't want to do it, won't even take a meeting? I don't think it's going to happen. Of course she'll take a meeting. But do you think that, hey, if they offer to you, you should take it? X-Men in general, your thoughts? How is it going to happen? What are they going to do with the X-Men? When are we going to start seeing casting? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know whether it's in the comment section, whether it is in the obviously live or on the replay or on the Clips channel. Just past 12,000 subscribers over there on the Clips channel, trying to grow even more so. If you're missing out on the show and you want to see it, go on over there. We have the whole show kind of clipped out. All right, Chris Carr, let's get to the next topic here, which I thought this was interesting. And right before we went on the air, I said, wait a minute, Ike Barinholtz is going to play Elon Musk?
I'm so confused by this.
I am so confused by this. But I am not confused, and I'm so happy that he was nominated for what was it, for the Emmy?
Yeah, for the studio. He's so good. He's so funny.
It's amazing how good he was. And he deserved it because I'm telling you that I'm going to be so upset if people don't start thanking his character on every awards show moving forward.
They should. They really should.
Yeah, absolutely should. Okay, so let's get to this story. Ike Barinholtz is going to play Elon Musk. Following his first Emmy nomination for his work in the Apple TV series The Studio, actor Ike Barinholtz is in talks to play Elon Musk in Luca. Oh wow, artificial. This isn't a goofy thing. Luca's doing artificial at MGM Studios. Simon Rich penned the screenplay for the film, which will follow the meteoric rise of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, along with the personal rivalries, ego clashes, and ethical tensions behind the scenes. Tesla founder Musk was the co-founder of OpenAI, but after differing views on how to handle the business, he publicly split from the CEO, Sam Altman, and the company subsequently entering into legal disputes. Previous reports suggest that Musk has only a handful of scenes serving as both comic relief and a big corporate villain. Andrew Garfield and Honora Breakout Yura-Bursareff are said to star in the film as Altman and machine learning engineer Ayla Sutvikar, respectively. David Heyman, Jennifer Fox, and Jeffrey Clifford are set to produce along with Rich. Well, it looks like Luca and Andrew Garfield had a good time working together because they're going to do it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which makes it. Andrew Garfield is working all the damn time.
Constantly.
All the time.
I love that guy.
Yeah, so here's my question with this, though, because they said he's going to serve as the comic relief, which is why you get an Ike Barinholtz, and like the big corporate boss. But what kind of feel does the movie have? Because is it going to feel like Ike Barinholtz playing Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live, or is it going to actually feel like, no, that's Elon Musk? Because that's what you needed to do in a serious film. But if it's a goofy film, I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like it's probably going to lean towards satire or live in a space kind of like The Big Short, where it's these are real life people and real things that are happening, but we can have kind of a comedic turn to them. At least that's my hope, because I don't want to see him be an SNL character on this. I don't want to see him be just a really over the top caricature. I would love for him to play him in a really authentic kind of way and see how they interpret that and see what that means in this movie. Because whenever I hear too, like, oh, we're doing this person, but they're being played for comedic relief, just especially with how things currently are and how people feel about Elon Musk, it does get me a little wary of, what do you mean by that? And what are we doing? And what are we exactly lampooning?
Yeah,
there's totally room for comedy in all of those things. Satire exists for a reason.
sure.
So we can, have a real palatable way to understand what's going on in the world and make fun of it in a way that's safe. But
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what his big role would ultimately be in that, because
right.
hearing Elon Musk is comic relief confuses me a little bit. Just because I
Yeah,
don't understand what that means with those other cast members.
right. It depends on how he's used as comic relief, right? And
Yeah.
you could also do it in a way like a Social Network. Um, when
Yeah.
you look at Justin Timberlake's character, if the dude who founded Napster, is essentially the comic relief of that movie. I
Hmm.
mean, he is, he is the funnier kind of carefree guy in that movie. You can do something like that, I guess. But I mean, I don't know the tone. I just hear all those. I just wouldn't imagine that Luca and Ike Barinholtz are working together. It's the other thing, though, too.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little head scratching. But
Head scratch.
he's on an upward trajectory right now, and you love to see it because he's a guy who's been
Sure.
working for so many years and is so funny. But
He
I
is.
just don't know if this is the thing I want to see him in.
I know it's well. I mean, look, you're working with Luca. You got me on board because I love
Yeah.
love what he's doing. And you look at Luca's another one though that's trying to stretch out and do different things. He's got After the Hunt coming out, which I think looks incredible. But then he was going to do Sergeant Rock, which even though it fell through and it didn't happen, that's still him reaching out to do other things. So maybe this is one of those projects that's like an other thing, because After the Hunt does fall into similar patterns of, say, Challengers and Call Me by Your Name, the hardcore dramas. It's I think less sexual than those movies. It's like one of his least sexual movies, and I didn't see Queer. I know that it came out. It was Bond, Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Right, and I didn't see that one, so I'm not sure, but I feel like those are all in the same realm. This Sergeant Rock clearly would not be in that realm, and this I think would be outside into a different realm also.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. So we'll see. What do you guys think about Ike as Elon? Does it make sense? You like it? Got to see it? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. All right, moving on. Kris, you may or may not. You've been on the show long enough. I've been coming back in and out for at least last year that I might have told the story. And if I do, I'm sure that I did. I'm very close to the Masters of the Universe,
Yes.
and He-Man, and how I almost got it to become a movie at Warner Brothers while I was there. Had some things happen, didn't happen. It's been a road in general for Masters of the Universe, and the movie is finally happening. And now there is a logo, and it's very old school. That's very old school. Masters of the Universe. That is very. It reminds me of the 80s, cartoon, and I like it. I like it. The first official logo has been revealed by Amazon MGM Studios for their upcoming Masters of the Universe film adaptation, which wrapped its shoot a month ago. Travis Knight directs the Chris Butler penned movie, which stars Nicholas Galitzine, sure, as Prince Adam, He-Man, Camila Mendes as Tila, Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, Jared Leto as Skeletor, Idris Elba as Duncan / Man-at-Arms, and Miranda Baccarin as the Sorceress. Also on board, James Purefoy as King Randor. James Purefoy is playing King Randor. Interesting. I didn't know that. Charlotte Riley as Queen Marlena. Sam C. Wilson as Trapjaw. Haftar Bjornsson as Goatman. Hannes Hakur Johansson as Fisto. Kojo Ada as Triclops. We've got Ram Man, Susie, and okay. Story follows Prince Adam, who crashed to Earth in a spaceship at 10 years old. I hate that. That's not what happened. And was separated from his magical power sword, the only link to his home in Eternia. Okay, I hate that so far. That's not the lore. That's me being a turd. And as a hardcore fan, I hate that. After tracking it down after 2 decades later, also hate that. Prince Adam is whisked back across space to defend his home planet against the evil forces of Skeletor. But to defeat such a powerful villain, Prince Adam will need to uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. I don't understand why they changed it.
So I don't know that much about He-Man, but I watched She-Ra, and it feels like they took parts of She-Ra's story here, kind of, and used
mother,
that of the like
mother.
misplaced kid.
His mother, yes, they were
Yeah.
both misplaced. Hodor wound up taking Shira, but their mother was from Earth. Marlena was from Earth, and then
Yeah.
she met Randor. That was the story. That was it was
Okay.
a great story. Like that was the fact that he met this woman from Earth. He fell in love with her. They had children together, and the child was able to wield the powers of Eternia. He was Eternia born. I hate this. I It's Travis Knight that is the only reason that I'm going, there's still a shot, because the stupid pictures of him on Earth walking around with security guards until he gets whisked away back to Eternia. It's like going to be like Oz. He's going to remember it or something stupid. But it's Travis Knight that makes me go, okay, but what's Eternia going to look like? I think it's going to look pretty good. I'm surprised Mattel changed it. I'm surprised that they actually allowed the changes, because they were very, very holding on to things that we wanted to do with it when we were working with it. And we had like cool fantasy stuff we wanted to do, and like, Stratos would never do that. And it's like, but He-Man can be from Earth now. So I don't know.
I'm wondering if it's that kind of thing where it's, people can't see themselves as He-Man if they don't get to feel like the chosen one from Earth. Oh, I'm just a regular person who now understands, I have a greater journey, like the Bella Swans of the world or stuff like that. But that kind of bums me out, because I love let's immerse ourselves in a fantastical world. Let's dive into that and just create that.
I misread it. It says that follows Prince Adam, who crashed to Earth in a spaceship, not from Earth, to Earth in the spaceship at 10. So for some reason he goes to Earth. I guess he was Eternia born, so that's good at least. Okay. All right. He goes to, but why he went to Earth?
Why does he have to be here?
Right. And why did he have his magic sword? Why did they put him in Earth? I guess you don't need him in Earth. You don't need him in Earth.
If you're going to have a story where I have to believe that someone is named Fisto and Rama, and I'm not supposed to giggle at their names, you need to put it somewhere else.
Well, I think he goes back to Eternia, which is fine. But it's like, why? But why do you? It says he gets reunited with his sword, and then he's got to go back. Why is he on Earth? He doesn't need to be on Earth. Just have it on. You don't need to put it on Earth. You don't. There's no. It's not necessary. It's like, he crashed there when he was 10 years old, and he's been living there, and now he's got to go back because now he found his sword. It's like, no, just have him on Eternia. Like, set up that world. Why the Earthbound thing? It was so stupid with the Dolph Lundgren thing, and it's so stupid here. So stupid.
Yeah. I want to be whisked away somewhere. And sure, if it is we get to go there eventually, we get to see all of that. I'm going to experience that either way as a moviegoer, right? Yeah. And I haven't seen the movie, but just the knee-jerk reaction is, I don't think I need to see it through the eyes of another Earthling or someone who feels like they've been raised on Earth or whatever to experience that sense of wonder, right? I went to Middle Earth and was filled with wonder. Yeah. I've gone to space with Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away and was fine. I feel like, just again, knee-jerk reaction, not seeing the movie, not seeing any footage. It feels a little bit like, hey, I don't trust my audience to know that like this is spectacular. I need them to feel the confusion and wonder that my other character feels. We can just dive into a place.
Relate to it. It's on Earth. And it's like, no, if he's on Earth for like 3 minutes, it's like 5 minutes. Okay, fine. If you spend any more than 5 minutes there, I'm gonna be like, let's go. I'm gonna be sitting in the theater going like, let's go. Let's wrap it up. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get out of here, because we don't need to be on Earth anymore. So it's so stupid. It feels like such a studio note. Feels like such a studio note.
Absolutely.
People keep saying in the comments, and you said it too, it's Earth is probably cheaper than Eternia, which is probably true.
Yeah.
Probably very. But you could also, look, you can also film things on Earth and say it's Eternia. It's like film in Scotland. Look at like New Zealand. And you did Lord of the Rings. It's like you can like do stuff like that. Anyway, the logo though is what the article really. The logo looks good. It looks old school. And I'm telling you, the only reason I still have faith in this thing is because of Travis Knight. I just feel like it's a good cast. It's a really good cast. Yeah. I just feel
stacked.
It's stacked. I feel like he knows how to tell these stories. And I would just, I really would. I would really love to ask him if I ever interviewed him. I would love to, you're never going to get an answer for it, but it's like, whose note was it to go to Earth? Whose note was it? And he's probably going, oh, it was collective. And to quote George Carlin, bullshit. Either way, we'll see. It's going to be an Amazon film. Wonder how it's going to come out. But the logo itself, give you one more look there. Oh, there's a title reveal to it. All right, let's see. Let's see how that looks. Hold on, where is it? Is it there's like a video for it? I'll do that.
Oh.
I didn't see that. Hold on. Let me play it. It was like music and everything. Let's see. Oh, it sounded a little bit like it. All right, so there's a little bit of the old theme in there. So
yeah,
I hope they use
that feels fun and epic. That feels very He-Man adjacent. I like that.
Yeah, I hope that they use it. I hope that they actually use it. I hope that would be good if they, because you can take a version of that music and get like someone like a great composer to really turn it into something. It's got some fantastic themes in it in general. So we'll see. Thoughts on the logo, thoughts on the Earth stuff. I can already see it in the comment section. You guys think I'm making a big deal about it? Maybe I shouldn't care and go see it. And to that I say, I'm going to continue to make a big deal about it. So thank you for joining us on the show here today. I want to move on to some other things in just a moment. But before we do, I've been telling you about Into Cloud all week. And man, oh man, talking about being relaxed. If I don't want to think about them being on Earth anymore, just go to Into Cloud and try that orange cream soda, which is really good. And I'll tell you about Cash App. If you don't have Cash App, I don't understand what you're doing with yourselves, but I'll tell you about both of them right now. Into Cloud. It feels like you're breaking the rules, but it's totally legal and better for you than that third cocktail. You work hard. Maybe you deal with life sometimes, but do you still deserve an escape? Absolutely you do. That's where Into Cloud comes in. They got gummies, they have flowers, they have pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older, head to indocloud.co. You guys know I'm always on the hunt for new gummies, and so Into Cloud sent me some, and their flavors are incredible. I like it. I like that there's no hangover afterwards. I know there's no sketchy ingredients, just good energy, a solid buzz, and I just felt good. That's the whole thing. So it sounds like a loophole, right? It's not. Science. It's policy, and Into Cloud is using it to deliver one of the oldest medicines known to man in the modern, fun, and absolutely dialed-in way possible. Over 50,000 people are already choosing Into Cloud because feeling good should feel this easy. So, if you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because Into Cloud is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use that code Kristian or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That is indocloud.co, indacloud.co. Use that code Kristian for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by IndoCloud. Oh man, I'm so glad to finally talk to you guys about Cash App. I've been using Cash App forever, and now I get to talk to you guys about it. Don't worry, it's very easy, fast to sign up. You even know how much interest your money is earning you in your bank account right now? Well, let me tell you some stuff. Cash App can do way more than you think to make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can earn up to 4% annual interest on your savings. There's no hidden fees, no minimum balance requirements. Also, you can hit your saving goals even faster by turning on the Roundups feature on your Cash App card. With Roundups, every purchase you make using the card is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and that spare change is automatically put into your savings. Don't let your money sit around and gather dust. Make it work for you. Take advantage of high interest savings on Cash App today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code and earn some additional cash. For real, just download the Cash App, use our exclusive referral code Kristian in your profile, send $5 to a friend. Within 14 days, you're going to get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure. Thank you, Cash App, and thank you to IndaCloud. I'm telling you, I'm giving you some great deals this week. And I hope that you guys understand that when you help out, you're helping out the show tremendously when you're getting yourself something wonderful. And I would check that out. Links in the description. All right, Kris, you don't have Brett here today, so maybe that's good news because right now we're trying to catch Roxy at 103.
Ooh, 103
yesterday. So we're at 14 thus far. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. 14 leading into the second half of the show. So we should be in good shape. And the fans know that the day that you get your first victory is going to be a very happy day here on
it's going to be very exciting. I will be sad if I get it without Brett, though.
Yeah, but it'll be fun to say to him, look, she did it without you.
I was just being dragged down.
100%. She did it without you, Brett. And then the second goal would be having to try to win one together. And then the exciting goal of Brett trying to do it by himself if you are ever out for some reason. Okay, let's do this. Have you had a chance to see? Are you going to see Fantastic Four this weekend?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I can't go see it till Saturday because good problem to have. I booked a video game, so I'm going to be doing recordings for that. So I can't go to what I originally planned. But shameless A-list plug. They made it so easy for me to change my ticket.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
So we've been discussing, and I told you I've just never been really excited about the Fantastic Four. I loved the movie.
Good.
I thought it was great. It's like I want to see it. I'm like I don't want to go back into the movies to see movies often a second time because I just wait to watch. I want to go see it again on the big screen. It was such a great experience. Visually, it's out of control. It's so yeah.
That's what I keep hearing is that this is one of Marvel's best looking films, and that gets me really excited because Reed usually looks like such a goof in previous iterations.
No, he wasn't.
No?
And speaking of Reed, he talks about the Mr. Fantastic facial hair. And so this is what he said. This is just part of the story, I guess. Even before it went into production, one of the debates sparked among fans about Fantastic Four first steps was that Pedro Pascal would not be going in clean shaven, the actor keeping his signature mustache and slight beard. In a new video, he and co-star Vanessa Kirby were asked which is sexier, mustaches or beards. Pascal brought his experience to this, confirming that the one role in which he went clean-shaven in recent years as the villain Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 1984 turned him off from doing it ever again. However, he said he was willing to do it if Marvel insisted, but it wasn't the case. He said, I grow such, I guess, shit facial hair, but if I were to shave it all off, I would look very awful. Strongly disagree with a clean-shaven me. I was so appalled by the way I looked in Wonder Woman 1984. I love the movie, but I was so appalled by the way that I looked that I never have gone back unless it was completely necessary. If they asked me to be clean-shaven for Fantastic Four and insisted, I would have done it. But it was a very collaborative creation for all of our looks in the movie. Pascal says he was more aware of disgruntlement around my casting than anything I've ever done in past projects, constantly hearing complaints. He's too old. He's not right. He needs to shave. Now that the film is out, reviews have been praising the performances, and very few seem to be discussing facial hair. My thing was this. This is what I said about it, where there were rumors, and this was never confirmed, by the way. This was just a rumor that the reason why that there was a meeting, and who knows if this was a made-up meeting, it very well could have been, that there was a meeting that Kevin Feige said, we're casting too many white people. We have to cast outside of white people. We got to get somebody else, and they got Pedro Pascal. I said, if that's actually what happened, that's ridiculous. You're going against the whole point. You got to find the people in general that are right for it, not just giving it to someone. But the flip side of what I said with that is Pedro Pascal is a damn good actor. So if you can get Pedro Pascal to do it, and he says like, no, this is the take I would have for it. This is how I would approach it. And you go, yeah, perfect. That's what it seems like to me after watching the performance, because Reed he's like almost autistic to be honest. I feel like he is. I mean, or he's definitely he feels like he's on the spectrum for sure. He's very much so gets in his own way, but he also is brilliant. There's certain things that he does, and I loved the way that Pedro played him, and I understood who he was. I thought the dynamic with Vanessa Kirby was tremendous. And I liked this telling. And I thought he did a great job. I thought Pedro Pascal was, I was curious, but I thought he was a great Reed Richards.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. This is one of those things too, where sometimes as fans, we do have to check ourselves because it's one thing to be upset about origin stories, or I know I talked about this on here. I had to check myself a little bit with the Ultraman stuff, right? But that's not, that's okay. That's all right. We can do whatever. But when we start freaking out about facial hair sometimes, I'm just like, let the man live. Let him cook. Let him be Reed. Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, who cares?
Because as long as, and this is a silly distinction, they gave him the little, Mr. Fantastic white by his temples. Right. That's what I always associate Reed with. And Reed has had facial hair in the comics. So I don't know why people would get their panties in a twist about it.
So what? So he had a facial hair. It's fine.
Yeah. I want to look at that face. I want to look at that face with a mustache.
Yeah.
All right. I'm selfish, and that's the man I want to look at. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't say Brandon. Someone said I said Brandon Routh is Batman. What? Brandon Routh is Batman. No. I said Brandon Sklenar as Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, good for Brandon Routh, but what?
It doesn't fit that at all. And if that was said, then it was definitely another one of the. I realized that what I'm going to start doing, Kris, is I'm going to start for my out of the theater reactions. I'm going to start messing up directors and actors' names on purpose, because I did that. I did not do it on purpose for Fantastic Four, but I said Adam Shankman directed the film, where it was Matt Shackman, and the engagement on the video is out of control. So I'm going to start doing that.
Do you mean this person? Oh, that's a great move for the algorithm. We did a video on crypto, and we have so much stuff about Bitcoin in our comments.
Right.
It's great.
And I really think that I'm going to do that. I think that I'm going to start doing it where I'm going to but I'll reveal it at the very end, that, unlike this, where I didn't reveal it, but at the very end of it, I'll be like, oh, and correction, I knew it all along. It was this, and thanks for commenting. And I also want to see how long people stick around. If they stick around for the whole video, or they just comment. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a couple experiments. Either way, I really love what Pedro Pascal did. I don't care about the mustache. Was my least. I went in going, okay, let's see. Is he just playing Pedro and every other thing that I've seen him in? Like, no, he's not. He's playing. Great. I shouldn't say like every other thing. That's not fair. He's played very different characters. He was a very different character in Gladiator 2 than he was on Last of Us, because he's a really good actor. He's able to change it. But when you're that, he's overexposed. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you're that overexposed, it's hard to get people going, oh, that's just Pedro Pascal. And I said, that's Reed Richards. You did a good job.
Good. I'm excited about that one. And they're a comic book family that I never got super into, just because I had a hard time relating to them as a kid.
Right.
Right. And I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, did you feel better about the score?
Much.
Okay.
I love it. I love the score. Michael Giacchino did a great job. And the way that they use that Fantastic Four, the way that they use that, it's because these are like godly figures to them, this world that they're on. And this is like, they're celebrities, and they have their own theme, and the way that they do it, and it's like, it's in context, and it works in how they're doing it and how they make it play. I was actually I was so surprised at how much I liked the movie. I mean, I really was. I thought maybe I'd go in going, okay, it was fine, it was enjoyable, but I was like, I loved it.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Yay. Okay.
So anyway, do you guys give a crap about mustaches? Do you think that Reed should have had a mustache, shouldn't have had a mustache? Or do you just not care? When are you going to see the movie? Very curious to hear what you guys are going to say about that. And I'm so curious to hear after this weekend what people are going to say. We're going to have I'll have my spoiler review, just me, spoiler, on Friday, and then Roka and I will have our spoiler thoughts on Monday. And I guess that's the other thing. You know what is so funny? Until it wasn't on the docket, Kris, and had I not just thought about it, I probably would have forgotten about it. Comic-Con is this weekend, and even Luke and I were looking for stories to lead with today. And until right now, Luke, you know what we should have done? We should have done a Comic-Con preview. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about what's the hell's even going on with Comic-Con.
What is going on? I feel like no one's going,
and no one's talking
which I know is
about
a generalization, but
No, I know what you're saying, though, but it's like it's just not it's not being I'll tell you what, though, because no one is talking about it, and it's not one of those big, huge ones where because Marvel's not even gonna be there, and I think DC will be there, but I feel like similar to one that came in right after the pandemic, everyone was talking about how great it was to go as an experience. I bet you it's gonna be the most fun to go to
Mhm.
when it's not overly it still will be crowded, but not overly produced and all the studios are there. I feel like it feels more like what Comic-Con's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are
I
you
think so too.
you going?
I'm still debating. My friend and I were talking about taking the train and just going to hang out
Yeah.
around San
Yeah.
Diego because that's always so fun to do. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was so fun because it was just comic book stuff.
Right.
And, you could get into Hall H. You didn't have to camp outside it for 6 days.
Right.
You didn't have people passing out water bottles because people were passing out in line. It
Crazy.
was a really different experience. And it's cool that there's so many movies there. It's really fun that, comic book stuff has become part of the pop culture zeitgeist. But it
Mhm.
also is a little bit of a bummer that you don't get to experience it in the same way. Because that was what was so cool was getting to go and interact with artists or your favorite writers. J. Scott Campbell usually still has like an incredible booth, and he's always so fun to go talk to. Go talk to my friends, you guys. But like, you miss out on so much cool, intimate stuff now because of how big it is. So
Right.
I hope it's fun and chill for people this year.
I hope so too. And there's just, I mean, like I said, there's just not as much going on. It doesn't seem like anyway. They would probably dispute that, but this is from thegeekery.com. As we complete the last of our packing and wait patiently for our flights, let's look forward to San Diego Comic Con. This is not a comprehensive list of everything that will happen during our time in and out around the convention center. There's so much to cover. These are the highlights we're hoping to see. Okay, Tron Ares has a panel on Friday at 5:30. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll see about that one. Lucas Museum of Narrative Art Hall. It's on Sunday. That's what these people are particularly going to see. The Long Walk. What is that? What's the Long Walk? The latest film adaptation from Stephen King.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's that one where it's a kind of a game almost, and people
Yeah.
get killed off Hunger Games style.
Oh, okay. Project Hail Mary. This one is starting to get a lot of juice. People are really talking about this one. The Lord
I'm
and Miller.
so
Ryan
excited about this one.
Yeah, so that one will be an interesting one. An Afternoon with George Takei. Oh my. He just I was literally just doing clips from Katie Sackhoff's show, who just had him on her show that dropped yesterday. So you guys should go check that out.
Oh,
But
awesome.
he's doing something Comic-Con. That's all that they have here. That doesn't seem like it just seems like these particular people. But I don't know. Is there anything? The Tron was the one that stood out to you, right?
Tron, I'm interested in.
Right.
I'm not the biggest Jared Leto fan, but I love the Tron stuff. And I
Yeah.
think that world is really cool. So I'm excited to see that. The Long Walk looks like it's going to be so messed up. And
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that because that is a bleak Stephen King story. And then Project Hail Mary is something I'm really looking forward to. So those are some cool things that are happening there, at least some fun stuff, hopefully, that people will get to see.
It seems like it. Let's see if there's anything. Well, Hollywood Reporter has one. Maybe Hollywood Reporter has a little bit more detail than the previous one. So from South Park to George Lucas' first Comic-Con inside the most anticipated panels. Okay. No Marvel, no problem here. The Hall H offerings most likely to bring a jolt to San Diego this year.
Oh yeah, the Predator movie. Yes.
Badlands. And the trailer just dropped for that one too, but yesterday. Where it was. So that makes sense. That's why they dropped the trailer. Usually not having a Marvel Studios panel signals a less than exciting convention. Still seems that way. There's less rock star energy and less hyped up news, like Robert Downey Jr. reveals Doctor Doom. But even with Marvel sitting out this year's Comic-Con, the lineup is still surprisingly robust. Is it? I don't know if I agree with that so far. We'll see. You tell me, Kris, if you feel like it's robust after I read all these. All right. South Park. Fun. Trey Stone and Matt Parker don't mince words, and with the panel coming with their $3 billion battle over the future of South Park, fans are hoping for some wrestling about Skydance, presumptive soon-to-be owner of Paramount. They are blaming for holding up season 27. The Long Walk, which we just talked about, the stacked up cast and comers, including Cooper Hoffman and Alien Romulus breakout David Johnson. He was great in Alien Romulus. Could make it the outsiders of this generation, but the real reason to attend is to see how Lionsgate will position the film, which has subject matter so controversial, a contest in which men must walk at least 4 miles an hour or be shot. That New Line gave up the rights to Stephen King novels several years ago. Alien, Earth, and Predator Badlands, after years of being considered second-rate properties, both back up the uprising thanks to Prey and last year's Alien Romulus. Now Predator returns to Hall H with Prey, which is Trachtenberg's next venture, and Alien has the splashy Noah Holler show. Parent company Disney is all over the con, bringing Jared Leto's Tron Ares to Hall H at 5:30 p.m. Okay, Star Trek Universe. Paramount Plus brings the original geek property for its customary blockbuster 90-minute panel featuring Starfleet Academy, Project Hail Mary. It's again the one that people look to be looking at. Ryan Gosling returns to Comic-Con. Peacemaker. James Gunn arrives for a Superman victory lap to preview season 2 of his. So DC isn't doing a panel. It's just Peacemaker.
Yeah.
This is just very lackluster. This is not a robust year at all. George Lucas, Star Wars mastermind, shockingly has never been to the con. That changes here when he's joined by Del Toro and Star Wars prequel production designer Doug Chiang for a sneak peek at the new Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. That'd be fun to go to.
That sounds cool.
If you're there, that'd be fun to go to.
That's not robust.
No, not even close. It's not robust.
That's pretty lackluster, if we're going to be honest. But you will actually get into things, it sounds like. You will actually like be able to walk through Artist's Alley not feeling like a sardine. Because I get so freaked out inside Comic-Con just because of the traffic situation of being shoulder to shoulder with people. And it gets really overwhelming. So this hopefully will just allow some people to do more of the OG comic book kind of stuff that you go for. But I don't know. Last year was just so rad. We had like the Shaun of the Dead anniversary too. So we had like the pop-up of the Winchester. There was so much stuff happening outside of the con. Yeah. There were the drone shows from Marvel. Like it was huge.
The best, and I understand, I've said this many times over. I think it is very smart for studios not to be at Comic-Con and spending all this money because you don't need to spend the money. However, the best time Comic-Con ever was probably in between the 2014 to 2017 area. I remember going, and it was when I would have read that list down, I would have read to you Friday, Universal has their panel where it's essentially CinemaCon, right? Where they're going to show you all their new movies and all the new trailers and everything that they have coming out for the upcoming year. Fox has their thing. They're going to be doing their thing. Before Fox and Disney weren't the same thing. Disney doing their own thing. Marvel doing their own thing. DC doing their own thing. Warner Brothers having a separate thing. It was like every day was boom, 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 boom. And that's when they spent so much money to do it. And they realized that you're going to get the same kind of traction by releasing a trailer online for your movie than you are debuting it and trying to keep it secret at Comic-Con. But the flip side to that is if you're at Comic-Con for all those things I just read, if you're at Comic-Con, those are great things to go to if you're there. If you bought a ticket to go to Comic-Con, that's exciting. I'm talking more so about the robust nature of big news, everything else that people are going to get excited for, that you have to go there to go watch, like the Dr. Doom stuff last year was like a major Comic-Con moment. There doesn't seem like there's going to be any major Comic-Con moments this year.
I'm wondering if they'll do something at that Peacemaker panel, though. I wonder if we'll get a little extra something in there.
Maybe because it is like the first follow-up to Superman.
Yeah.
Maybe with some kind of, I think it would be a smart move and a good headline grabber if James Gunn announced something during that panel. I think it's a good way to bring attention to the Peacemaker panel in general. You drop a big piece of news right around that time. That would be smart. When is it? I think it's like debuts a week later. I think it's like in August or something, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is that most people now have been trained with Comic-Con that then someone said like they want big guests, they want big names, they want big news. Like that's where you've been trained. And as you said before, that's not what Comic-Con essentially was. And for the people people, it's similar to the Star Wars Celebration. Star Wars Celebration, I can't remember what year it was. It might have been the London one. And people were getting on me for saying it. I can't remember what it was. There was a year that Lucasfilm didn't realize that when the whole merger happened with Disney and everything, and they started to do celebrations, they become like their own Comic-Con. And Celebration was already going on way before any of that happened, but it became the same kind of media news outlet for these projects. That's what everyone was expecting, especially in 2015 when you had the Force Awakens trailer debut, and then you announced the Rogue One thing and other things, and it became there's like tons of news that came out of it. So when they did it again, I think it was like a year later, and there was nothing, and they just couldn't even get a trailer out for Rogue One. They couldn't even get because there was so many reshoots and everything too. They showed something that wasn't even public, and it was a mess, and there was no organization behind it. And this doesn't feel messy. This just feels like, it's a fun thing to go to if you're a comic book fan.
It feels a little old school though, which I do like, because I mean, one of my first years I went, I got to meet Stan Lee just because he was hanging out for a Shattered Dimensions panel. He was just standing off in a corner by himself, and I walked up and had a whole conversation with him, and it was one of the highlights of my life. And it was just because it was so much more accessible those days. So I'm trying to be optimistic about it of, hey, maybe there's not as many big like studio things, but those of you who have tickets are probably going to have one of the most magical times. It's going to be fun.
I think that there's really two Comic-Cons that happen. Yeah. There's the Comic-Con that you just mentioned, and then there's the industry Comic-Con, right? Yes. Because the other thing that used to be that I used to, and I don't know if I was talking about this. I was talking about this with Ellis on the phone. It wasn't on the air, but I've certainly talked about it on the air before. I went to, and I was lucky enough, and I was blessed enough that I was working at two jobs. I was working for both Fandango and Spike TV at the time, at the same exact time, right? I was working and I was booked from both of them, and I would work at the Fandango, do an interview, rush over to the Padres Stadium, shoot stuff with Spike, rush back over. It was great to be working, but I was mentally just exhausted, right? Exhausted. And it was like and I couldn't really enjoy the Comic-Con because it's all it was work. I said, I don't know if I really want to do that again. Like, I want to double book, because I had the opportunity to double book the next year, and I didn't. I just did Fandango, which was great. I had a lot of time, a lot of fun doing it, but I still said, I'm working again, like during the day and everything too. And I was lucky enough that when I was working at Collider as an executive, and I was just basically offered, hey, do you want to just go to you basically just go and schmooze and go to the parties. That was the most fun I ever had at Comic-Con. I would walk around on the floor. I went to the pool, and then at night, that was my work, was to go to these parties by the industry standards, and that was a lot of fun. But that's not everybody's Comic-Con, obviously.
No, but that is the best. I had one year where I just went to San Diego, and it was just, I'm going to go to the IndieWire party. Right. I'm going to go to this Netflix thing. Right. I'm going to go to this Crunchyroll thing. Right. I just had sliders all day. It was the best. I had so much fun.
It's so much fun. And the food and everything. I mean, it was great. I mean, I had someone asked me the other day, "Are you going to Comic-Con?" I said, I probably won't ever go again. I went because I'm just New York Comic-Con. I'll probably go because I still have never been.
Me neither. I really want to.
Never been to New York Comic-Con. So that I'll probably go to. But I went. It was like 10 years in a row. I went a lot. Had a really good time. Have nothing negative to say about Comic-Cons. I think they're wonderful. I think people should go and have a great time. My time has passed for that. But who knows? Maybe I'll go to another New York, or go to a New York Comic-Con this year. We shall see. All right, let's get to this last story. We talked a little bit more. We talked about DC, and I've been waiting because I've just been hearing about Booster Gold from Coy and everybody else too. And since I talked to him, and since Coy brought it up, I still think Billy Magnuson is the right person to play Booster Gold.
Yes.
Right? I think he is the right to play him. Booster Gold enlists Our Flag Means Death creator to write, pilot, and potentially serve as a showrunner. So we have an update on DC Studios and HBO Max's Booster Gold TV series. As Our Flag Means Death creator David Jenkins has been tapped to write the pilot and potentially serve as showrunner. Someone from Deadline, DC Studios, James Gunn are bringing Peacemaker Season 2 to this weekend San Diego Comic-Con, and another big DCU update has been revealed ahead of the show's Hall H panel. Deadline has revealed that Booster Gold, a planned HBO Max streaming series, has tapped Our Flag Means Death creator David Jenkins to write the pilot. If Gunn and Safran are happy with his take on the time-traveling superhero, he'll eventually serve as showrunner. Booster Gold was announced at the start of 2023 as part of the DCU's Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate. It had previously been revealed that the show lost its original showrunner. While rumors have swirled that Eternal star Kamal Najani is being lined up to play the title character. Last December, Gunn largely dodged a question about Najani playing Booster Gold, where he said, "We're not quite there yet in terms of Booster Gold. The scripts aren't quite where I want them to be." He added, "The goal from the beginning was to give the honor that the great characters deserve, the Wonder Woman's, Batman, Superman's, but then also to prop up these lesser-known characters like Peacemaker, Booster Gold, and the Huntress." Booster Gold was created by Dan Jurgens and first appeared in Booster Gold #1 in 1986. I like him a lot. I don't think he's the right choice for Booster Gold, but I feel like he's played that character 1,000 times. It's all he does. I thought he was great in Ghostbusters. I thought he was great in the recent Ghostbusters. I thought he was great in the Eternals. But I would like to see someone like a Billy Magnuson get a shot, because Billy, you're talking about somebody who needs just a role like that. He'd be great. That show he did on HBO just didn't work. But I liked it. It was no.
But what he did in Black Mirror and what he did in Lilo and Stitch, like that's what solidified that idea for me of, oh, he would crush as this character. He'd be so funny.
I think he'd be great. So what do you make of this, the fact that Booster Gold looks like they potentially could have a show sooner than later?
I love this. I love this so much, because this is also such a James Gunn kind of character. And years ago, there was talk of, oh, this would be so perfect for Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk to do, them being Booster Gold and Ted Kord. And I've always wanted this. I've got some Funkos of these guys up there. But I think that he would be able to handle this character really well. Now, 1986, honestly, is pretty new for a character in terms of comic books, where you have so much history with other folks. And he is somebody who is so fun. He's a disgraced athlete from the 25th century who then basically just becomes a time janitor and is trying so hard to be famous. He desperately wants to be famous. He desperately wants to be loved. And then he basically just kind of accidentally does the right thing when no one's looking. He just falls into making the right choices when he lets his ego get out of the way. And that's the kind of character that James Gunn and his team do so well. And I feel like television is absolutely the right format for this kind of character too. I want to see him get that Peacemaker treatment.
Well, I think that especially now that they have to go big, I think that you got to go with big names for your big movies. The smaller, like even the Jimmy Olsen show looks like it's going to be happening. And if it does, they're going to be debuting a villain in it. That's a show. It's not a movie. You don't do a smaller movie with Jimmy Olsen. You don't do these smaller movies with characters right now this early into the DCU that people just aren't familiar with. You do TV shows, sure, but you got to go Wonder Woman, you got to go Batman, you go big in order to really get people into that theater. You can't take risks right now. You have to. There is a Jimmy Olsen show. I didn't make that up. Here, look, just someone laughed and said Jimmy Olsen show. No, I'm serious. Look, Jimmy Olsen spinoff series. It's going to apparently introduce a major DC villain. We'll read the rumor. Mark Cassidy says Superman director and DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn has confirmed there are a number of DCU projects, both in various stages. According to a piece by the Wall Street Journal, Superman spinoff shows focus on Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen. They're being considered. More recently, we'd heard that Olsen series will actually take the form of a crime anthology show with the Daily Planet reporter investigating various supervillains. In his newsletter, Jeff Schneider mentions that one of these villains will be none other than Gorilla Grodd. That makes sense.
Ooh.
So this would mark Grodd's live-action DCU debut. The character did appear in the Creature Commandos animated series. Nexus Point News has weighed in, and sounds like the plan is for the Simian baddie to show up in the first episode. I mean, that sounds fun, but look, I wasn't lying to you. They are going to do apparently a Jimmy Olsen show. So yeah.
I just hope they don't get the Marvel thing going then of having so many shows and so many movies and all the stuff that you have to keep up with. I hope that they really focus on that quality over quantity.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing though. If you're gonna do like if you do side shows, like just don't make me have to watch them. Like this is what Kevin Feige. I'm a big Kevin Feige fan, but Kevin Feige has said some stuff many times over. You're like, come on, man. Let's be honest here. Like the one thing that he said, he said it and he doubled down on it again. He said the other day he said when it came to Thunderbolts, he said I think a lot of the audience felt, oh, these are people from TV shows, and I need to have seen that in order to see this movie. And then he followed up and said, oh, but that wasn't the case. Yes, it was the case. You would not have the same feeling to John Walker if you didn't see Falcon and Winter Soldier. You wouldn't know him as much. He just basically debuted that first time for you there, and you wouldn't know who the hell he is. That's part one. The other time he did that was when during the red carpet for the Multiverse of Madness. And they said, well, do you have to have watched WandaVision to have this? Like, no, you don't have to watch WandaVision. What are you talking about?
Like, what world?
And what are you talking about? Of course you have to watch that show in order to really grasp the whole thing with the kids and everything else. Otherwise you'd be so confused. That's what DC can't do. They can't do that.
Yeah. Go back to Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige also said that that's a no homework movie. Do you feel like that's true?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I mean, yeah, I do. I think that there's it's ultimately setting up. I mean, they tell you, this isn't a spoiler, they tell you that it's set up on another Earth. It's not this Earth. So it gives them the breathing room to say, okay, that we're not beholden to anything that has ever happened on this Earth, or say this or say that, because you don't know what's happened on this Earth. This is the first time you're ever here. So we're letting you know this is like in 1960s, wouldn't Hank Pym? No, Hank Pym is nowhere near. No, there's no Hank Pym. It's like you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So it is, yes, it's a brand new place, and they're starting and be able to start all over again. It's this is what I guess they mean with by able to figure out a way to reboot. I think it's healthy. I felt relaxed, mentally, not having to worry about, wait, how does this chime into this and this? I didn't have to worry about any of that. It was just like, oh, this is brand new. These are brand new characters. This is everything. Sure, I knew them from previous iterations or old animated, whatever, too. But like, this is the first time I'm really ever seeing these people and learning about their world. Yeah, they don't ask you to rely on anything.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah.
So Kevin Feige was honest about that.
He was honest about that. Definitely. I still don't believe, and we've mentioned this the last 3 days in a row. He said that they had plans to replace Kang.
Oh, the Kang thing? That's such bullshit. That's such bullshit.
Why? Well, because we knew he wasn't working. Then why would you put that end credit scene in there if you knew he wasn't working?
Sometimes things go wrong, and you can just say that they went wrong.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Come on, man. Anyway, lots there, guys. In general, Booster Gold, everything else we discussed. Put your thoughts in there. What do you think about Booster Gold show? Do you think it should happen? Not happen? What say you? All right, Chris Carr, moment of truth. Here we go. It is time to try to catch Roxy at 103.
That's my whole 21.
That's 20. So to give you, yesterday, Roxy at the 1 hour mark had to catch Roka, who had, I think, 89 or something, or something like that. And Roxy had to catch him. By this time, she only had 34.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So that took her all the way. So there's still a shot. Chris Carr can get her first victory here. But before we get into the questions, Chris Carr, what's going on? What's going on with your podcast? Everything else you got going on? What's going on?
Ooh, Two Filthy Casuals has episodes every Friday. We're actually probably going to release a little early because we are doing a Fantastic Four episode tomorrow. So we should have that out for you. That is Two Filthy Casuals Pod, wherever you get you podcasts, on YouTube, all that good stuff. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok as well. We've got Speak Friends Studio. That's where I teach voiceover classes with my husband. So you can always hit us up if you want to learn more about voice acting. And then I have a really cool thing I'm doing on Saturday. You guys know I hate horror. I don't like horror. What is the one thing that could get me to do a horror-related project? puppy dogs. So
Nice.
I am part of Yorkie-thon's script reading. We're reading Halloween Returns this Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are helping raise money for Yorkie Rescue. It is such a great group. They put all of the money towards these dogs that need help, not to admin, not to people who help run things. They all go to the dogs, which is wonderful. It's me and a really great cast. They also have a whole bunch of stuff they're auctioning at www.32auctions.com/rwin2025. You can get signed horror movie posters. A signed Superman poster, I believe, is in there too. But should be a fun time. Jeffrey Reddick is going to be there, which is awesome. He's so nice, the creator of, Final Destination. So really cool stuff. Come hang out with us.
Really fun. Please, guys, go and do that. We put the link for Chris's show in the comments. I mean, in the description. All right, so let's start here. And we have Boomer Bust. Nice. The coverage of Superman has been most disingenuous I've ever seen for a movie, both on the positive and negative side. Why is that? Go, Kris. Well, I mean, why? It's hard to say why is that, because we don't know exactly what you're singling out.
Yeah. What do you feel is disingenuous? People's enthusiasm for it, or because I feel people have been pretty honest about, hey, is this movie perfect? No, when they do love it. And then the people who have hated it have been pretty clear about why they don't like it.
Yeah, but I think there is. I mean, I can understand the question. I mean, you do see some people that it does seem like no matter what happens, there's like I've had conversations with people and been like, well, there's this part of the movie, this first Superman, that I didn't think worked. Really? I thought it was all great. Everything. So you thought everything was great?
Oh.
Everything was great. Oh, okay. And if that's the case, that's the case. But it's like, but the challenge to you for not thinking everything is great, that happens with not just Superman. That happens with a lot of these things. And I think the same thing for the hate. I've seen tons of people. You can go to Vegas if they had these odds and put down $100 and you'll win. You'll win your money back immediately if you bet on certain people that you know are going to hate something. Like you're like, oh, wait a minute. There's no world where this person is going to like this movie. Their whole campaign has been about hating it. They can't. They won't like it. Because they can't. For their brand, they can't like it. So, and that happens in the same way for people who love it. You're like, there's no world where even if this person doesn't like it, that they're going to say it, they probably won't even do a review on it. So that's, I guess, where they're saying with disingenuous. I think that happens with a lot of these big IPs, not just Superman.
That's fair. I am so clued out of the movie news space where I know what you're doing. I know what John's doing. I watch E-Man because I love his reviews, and that's kind of it for me. So a lot of times when people are like, this person was so negative, I'm like, I don't know that man. I'm so sorry.
Right. And you live happier because of it. You're very smart.
Yeah, it's great. I'm living in bliss.
Very smart. Tyler Pfeiffer. You should definitely react to Mortal Kombat 2021 before the sequel in October. 107 million views from the new trailer. People will watch. I'm probably going to, because I did the trailer and I wasn't even sure I was going to do the trailer for the second one. And it did pretty well. And I actually really like the trailer. So there you go. Let's see. Sports fan entertainment. Hey, Kristian, do you think that you might be underestimating the legs Superman will have in August? There's no big movies in that month at all. No, I don't. I think the Fantastic Four will benefit off of that. I think that Superman will still do decent, and it's still, like I said, if it hits 600, I won't be surprised. If it goes over 605, over 610, I'll be very surprised. What do you think, Kris? Do you think it can make a big jump in August? Because he's not wrong. There's really not a lot of big movies out in August.
There is potential for it, especially because there isn't anything else really happening. And that movie does have such rewatchability. I've seen it twice. And I definitely, anytime somebody has done I haven't seen it yet, I've done I'll go with you. I can go because I just had so much fun. So on my tickets alone, I think that movie can do really well in August.
I want to, I'm curious to see how it does in August. It's the reason why for me is less about domestic and more about international. It's just not, it did better internationally week 2, did much better. But I still don't think it's going to have the kind of international boost that it needs in order to get there. I think that if you look at I think the movies are going to finish out, the big 3 in July will be Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, Superman. After their entire run, that to me is how I think it's going to run. Crash and Coyote. I think everyone besides Fantastic Four gets reboots like Cena. What do you mean? Not exactly sure what you mean.
Like everyone takes a heel turn?
It's maybe that's kind of what he means. I assume so. James Diesel, a little worried about the MCU is too sexless to do Rogue Gambit right. That ship is hot. That's true. Playboy being in love with one person he can't touch. It's so good. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're taking a little bit more risks. I mean, at least Thunderbolts felt a little bit more risky. I don't know.
I think you can also push a lot of that with not having to show anything physical, but you can show desire really well. And this is why someone like Margaret Qualley or Keke Palmer, who I just think like has chemistry with every person she's interacted with, are such good choices, because that's one of the things about Rogue is there is that kind of sexual bravado almost of, well, I'll flirt with you. I'll flirt with you all day long because I can't do anything about it.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I think Margaret Qualley was so good at that. She was so good at that. Mr. I crap and shit. Mr. Hi, Kristian and Kris. Mr. I crap and shit here. Want to get a reaction out of Kris? Show her the post for the Pete Davidson movie, The Home.
Oh, I've already seen this poster. Okay, Mr. I'm going to be such a stick in the mud. I hate this kind of stuff. When it's a poster of a needle going almost into an eye. Oh. And I'm real dumb. And I went, I'm going to tell the entire internet what I'm afraid of. Oh. And so people will send me horrible eye images constantly. And it's one of those things of just, I'm not going to react to that stuff. I'm not going to do anything about it. When people send me that stuff, I block them. Life is too short for me to see things that make me go,
yeah, you said she's not comfortable watching it. Big Hill Studios. Coy had a good suggestion for the next Stark, that being Jacob Elordi. I can see it just as I can see Glenn Powell or Scott Eastwood as Steve Rogers. What do you mean next Stark? They're going to recast the characters?
He's talked about how eventually will be a new Iron Man. That seems soon, though, especially with Downey still in the universe being somebody else.
But they're going to make like a new Tony Stark? I think you've made enough. I don't know. I think you go away from
go to a different character.
Yeah. I don't think that would be smart, but I don't know. Nerds Engagement, 1 of 2. My attempt to get Kris on board with Nancy. She has the greatest character develop of any character, from selfish teen to Sarah Connor in Terminator 1.
Okay.
You just don't like Nancy.
So I can totally understand that turn. Yeah. That makes sense to me. I would argue that Steve has the best growth in this story. I think he has the most interesting character development. I love that Nancy takes charge and is like a physically strong character who like the boys can get behind, right? Nancy knows how to shoot. Nancy knows how to handle herself. Right. I just get a little bored with the will they, won't they, which boy is she going to end up with story, because that's such a C plot point that just doesn't interest me when Vecna's happening, when Mind Flayer's happening, when all the other stuff is happening. She's a good character, don't get me wrong. It's just in a world where someone has to die, it can be her.
Fair enough.
It's fine.
Follows it up and says, then develops the tenacity of a well-written Lois Lane to Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. I'll die on this hill, but there's room for more.
I love that for you, man.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Well, B-Town. Kris, the action star. You know
in
that's
what
from,
world?
right? Oh, no. You don't know where that's from. That's freaking Will Smith. He did a freestyle rap that everybody was been pooping on, including.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's
I thought they were just making fun of me, and I was like, I'm built for comfort, not speed. I don't know what that's about.
No, he says, I actually can. I'll play. I played my buddy's clip last time. I'll play it again because it was him reacting to it. I should really save this, but it's. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's so stupid. Where is it? Oh my God! I just gotta find the actual clip. He's doing a lot of these shorts now. Okay. All right, hold on. I'll play the clip for you. This is and you guys should go and, if you can, subscribe to my buddy's channel. Who's doing this? He's a pretty funny guy. And even can you see it right there?
No.
Wait, no, there it is. Okay. All right, hold on.
So I'm an action star. Sometimes I'm an actor.
What? Why?
And even though I'm an action star, sometimes I'm an actor.
It's just not good. It's not good.
No, William.
No, it's and that's just one of many things. Anyways, anytime someone brings up the action star, I have to say that clip. You know, I'm an action star. All right, let's see. Crap and shit's coming back in hot. Kristian, yesterday you listed off movies, shows left for Sam in the MCU. One question: no Werewolf by Night. I think she'd like it. So I have answered that question a few times, just not yesterday. We'll be watching that closer to Halloween because there's no reason to watch it now because it doesn't tie into anything that we're getting into. We still have tickets, by the way, for the live show that we're doing. I'm hoping you guys are going to be there. If you can be there in New York, you should be there. It is going to be on August 9th. Make sure you guys come check it out. But as far as that goes, Werewolf by Night is a good one, but it's just not time yet for that one. But Lord of the Rings is going to come up soon for her. She's never seen them, Kris.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, and she does not want to watch them, but I don't think she realizes how much she's going to like them. I know her well.
I think she'll love them.
She's going to. She doesn't I don't think she gets what they are, in the same way that that's why she's never seen Star Wars or Harry Potter and all those things too. Eric Henderson, damn phone, show her the poster for The Home. She doesn't want to see it. Still no. Crab and Shits comes back in. Gonna have to watch the show on rerun tomorrow. Gonna see Fantastic Four first episode 2. Oh wow, can you see it?
Nice.
Can you see it now? Is it coming out on Wednesday?
I'm wondering if there's a fan event. That's cool.
That's good. Go and see it. I'm so curious to see how it's going to do this weekend. 31 so far, Kris. 31. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. Can we catch Roxy? We'll see. Chris J. Herman. I'm very concerned about the Masters of the Universe movie. Earth-based shenanigans and Jared Leto as Skeletor. Leto's a creep and he's so obnoxious. Yeah, but maybe he can be a creep and obnoxious as Skeletor and it could work.
That's the hope.
You know?
I listen, I don't have to like you as a person to enjoy your performance in a movie. So as long as he can do a great Skeletor, that's all I need.
I wonder if they're going to make Skeletor funny because he's funny in the 80s. Funny, he was funny. He wasn't funny in the 2002 one, but he was funny in the 80s one. Oh, Beast Brain. Eric Henderson. If things couldn't get shittier for my Cleveland Browns, they unveiled an all brown alt helmet today. Yuck. Only thing missing is a corn nugget on the side. Gross. JLM219. Master Universe is my childhood, but Earth and Leto is a blemish. I'm telling you, the only reason not to give up hope is Travis Knight. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. Travis Knight's the only reason. I'm not saying they don't know what they're doing here. B-Town. So hyped for Fantastic Four, hoping Big G brings devastation. Galactus is, I thought he was terrifying. I really did.
Oh, good. Okay.
He looked cool. All aboard. Ha ha ha. R.I.P. to Ozzy Osbourne. Poor Oz.
Oh, the timing of that too, right after the farewell concert and everything, he was done.
I know. I think he knew. He knew.
Yeah.
He only had so much time left. But man, that better not be true. Nathan Drake reports He-Man's first hours on Earth. If it's on Amazon, I'm going to fast forward through it. I'm telling you, if it's Amazon, I'm going to fast forward until he gets to Eternia. There's no way. An hour, he's just messing with me. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. Consistently inconsistent. Stupid question. But when an actor is cast and they have shot and features in a trailer and then it is removed from the final film for no reason other than time cuts, do they still get a piece of the box office? Same if they were in final cut. I think it depends on the contract.
Yeah, that's not a stupid question at all.
No, it's not. Like John Malkovich. Right?
Yeah,
what are you going to say?
John Malkovich is still getting paid. I was going to say, I am queen of the cutting room floor. I have been cut from so many of the things I'm in. And because of what my agents have done for me, I was on Last Week Tonight. I was supposed to have a much bigger part. And then all you see is me waving in the back of a scene. I still get residuals from that.
Right.
So it really just depends on, your contract and what they negotiate for you.
That's the main thing. So like Malkovich is still getting paid. Now, the question again is I don't know if you give Malkovich points and stuff for this to be in it.
Yeah.
Probably not. I wouldn't assume you would need him to do that. Mike Joyce. And thank you, by the way, for that was a very,
very generous.
Very super generous. That was very nice. Hold on, I'm just going back up. How did I lose that one? Oh, from consistently inconsistent. That was very, very kind of you, and I really, really appreciate the generosity there too. But yes, that was not a stupid question, even in the slightest. A very smart question, actually.
I feel like that counted probably as like, I don't know, 75 questions.
Yeah,
Just because of the amount.
that's right. Mike Joyce. I hope the Wednesday. That's exactly what you win now, Kris. I hope the Wednesday spinoff is about Cousin It. I don't know if you can do a whole spinoff on Cousin It.
Yeah, I think you could do some funny stuff, but I don't know if I want a whole show of that.
No, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't watch a whole show on Cousin It. Okay. Again, we're at 34 currently. Chris Carr trying to catch Roxy at 103 is what it was. Gutiel Veras. Support for Madame Carr. Kristian and Kris, what's your favorite Paul Giamatti performance? Batman doesn't count. Batman doesn't count, Kris.
Okay. That's Cinderella Man, maybe?
Motherfucking Batman!
I was like, what?
Let's see. I would say, what's the one that he just won? Well, he won all the awards for recently.
Leftovers?
No, not was it? Yeah, Leftovers. I thought he was fantastic in that. Sideways. I have to look. Did you say Cinderella Man? Is
Sideways is really great.
Did you just say Cinderella Man?
Cinderella Man, yeah. I thought he should have gotten an Academy Award for that.
No, that's not Pig Vomit from Howard Stern, from the Howard Stern movie, Private Parts. You're the motherfucking Antichrist. It's the best. He's the best. He's the best, and he still thanks Stern to this day. He didn't win the Oscar. Won everything except the Oscar because he was going to thank Stern if he won the Oscar. Django Blackfire. I disagree with your Loki take on Monday. Season 2 was meandering and lacked the heart of season 1. Yeah, we are on a different page. Him becoming the multiverse tree was random, made no sense. Yeah. Look, I disagree with you. I thought it was actually brilliant storytelling. I thought it was great. I think he's the ultimate hero in the entire MCU. And I thought it was just so well written and the way that it put together. I didn't think it was meandering at all. I loved that show. Did you enjoy season 2?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's great. I thought it was so smart.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, thank you for sharing your opinion.
Yeah.
Isaiah Smith, Fantastic Four has been my most anticipated of the summer, and I'm glad people are liking it. This is also the first time I've been excited to see what the DC has next. That's a big win for them.
Mm-hmm. It's been sounds like a good month for comic book movies. Yeah. I'm excited about that. That's nice when everyone's doing well.
Eric Slaby, do you think a He-Man trailer would drop at San Diego Comic-Con? I don't know if it's going to drop at a panel, but it could drop during the weekend. Maybe Amazon drops it to get people excited about it. I mean, are they doing an Amazon panel? I don't think so, right?
I don't think they are, but that seems like just timing-wise, they could probably do it around
seems like
then.
It makes sense. Well, if they have a logo that just came out, normally the logo and the poster and all that just seems to be around the same time when trailers would come out too.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Next one too is Wicked Art. What's up, Wicked Art? Hey, Kris, can you do the voice of a little girl with a Southern accent? If so, she could play Dorothy in the comic. Kristian, love you guys. That would be great. So do you?
I can.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to.
That's just the way I talk when I'm not on mic. I was taking so many diction classes to not sound like a swamp donkey. Yeah.
I was planning on. Well, I was planning on asking you to do it anyway because we're going to be doing the voices and stuff for the comics.
Yeah.
And we have there's so many different ones. I think you'd be able to crush. And I'm sure that the Wicked Art had put together this stuff so many years before that I'm sure that if it was today, he would just put you in the comic. But now we have so many things that you can do, and you'll definitely be a part of it if you want to.
I'm an NPC queen. I'm cool with that. And then the rest of the LA crew can just use my booth too if they need to.
Oh, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Busy Bee. Hey, Kristian and Kris. Happy Wednesday. Support for Kris. Watched Untamed on Netflix, and I thought it was pretty good. 3.5 out of 5. Eric Bono was excellent. Yeah. Roku was just raving about this and saying how good it was.
Okay, I just added it to my queue because I was like, Eric Bono, where have you been?
Right. I said that he's like it's what's his face? It's Pedro Pascal is the more successful Eric Bana.
Mm,
It's like if Eric
I can
Bana
see
would have
that.
been more successful, he would have been Pedro Pascal. It's like it seemed like that was what it was gearing up to be. You could have seen Eric Bana like do all. He was there. He was right on the cusp. He just never hit it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
just a couple
Roku
bad
had-
movies.
Yeah, Philly G with the support. Thank you, Philly G.
Yay!
Appreciate that. 36 as we're getting closer to the end here.
Let's go.
B. Gill, I meant for the reset in the MCU in my first message.
Oh,
For
a reset in the MCU. So instead of Cena, we mean MCU?
Yeah, but I think he meant more so with the Tony Stark and all that. And I don't know if they're gonna reset when they do. I think the reboot mean they're just gonna basically focus more so on like, the X-Men and stuff.
Yeah. And I think that's what they should do. Go pivot towards some other characters. Marvel has so many different superheroes. And
Yeah.
everyone forgets too that when we first had Iron Man, he wasn't the huge go-to Marvel character.
Right. No, at all.
There's so many other people we can talk to.
No, and you know what he wasn't, Chris?
And even though
Motherfucking
I'm an
Batman?
action star,
Did you hear that or no?
I did.
Django. Most MCU are aware of what Loki did in season 2 because they didn't watch it. That's probably true. The show takes away MCU characters' free will with the Kang Majors reveal in season 1. I don't disagree with you on that. I think that's that's a bigger Marvel problem that they had. There was too much that they asked people to do in order for them to know what was going on. So yeah. Eric Slaby, are you surprised we haven't seen leaks for Lanterns or Supergirl? And when do you think teasers will drop for both? Well, you're probably going to get Supergirl probably towards the end of the year, I would assume. Whatever one of the
That's
Warner Brothers.
what I'm wondering if we get a little sneaky thing of at Comic-Con. If there's just like a little Supergirl moment during the Peacekeeper
Think
thing.
so? I wonder. Well, they will.
Or Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker. They will do that one by the end of the year, I think. As far as Lanterns goes, I mean, maybe the same thing because Lanterns is supposed to come out in like March or something, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm so excited for that show too. That sounds so fun.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Eric Anderson. Kris, didn't mean to upset you. I saw the poster. I was like, I hate this. It's not my kind of thing either.
No, you didn't upset me, bud. You're fine. It's one of those things that I get bombarded with, and
Right.
it is a dumb moment of why did I trust the internet? Why did I trust them with knowing one of the things I hate most in this world and thinking
Right.
everyone would be totally cool with it? It's like Erin Cummings talked about how much she hates spiders, and people started sending her pictures of spiders, and it was just like,
Right.
why would you do that? Why would you do that to a person on the internet that you think you like? Or
Right.
even if it's a person you don't, it just seems silly.
Try this. Right.
Yeah.
I used to, I would do that to Makuga on the live show, but it was a bit that we had, like he'd be like, I got to tell him, like, hey, we're going to bring he'd get terrified of everything. And then, he knew that we would, if he would have ever said to me once, hey, I don't like when you do that. I legit get too scared. Please don't even mess around with it. Then I would have never done it ever again. But he knew that it was a good bit for the show. And we used to, like, when we had we had like the lady with the scissors come in the Universal Cinema to chase him around, and he was screaming at the top of his lungs. He was scared out of his mind. It was a legit bit, but it was a bit. Simon Section. Hey, Kris, was it just me, but in the scene where Lois and Clark are having a discussion while something else is happening in the background, it reminded me of my best friend's wedding, the scene where Julia where'd it go? Is talking to her best friend while her best friend's younger brother and friends are singing Annie's song "High on Helium." I don't which part in Superman? I know what he's talking about in my best friend's
Where
wedding.
we've got the attack going on in the background.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's tons of movies that have done stuff like that, right? Where there's like something going on in the background of the character. So I don't. I'm not necessarily knowing about that. Yeah,
That's a fun comparison.
it is a fun.
Not mad
comparison.
about that.
Yeah, it's true. Eric Henderson. We'll miss the show. Seeing Fantastic Four tomorrow at 2. I love that.
Have fun.
I'm really excited. I don't understand how. Forget it. I'm not even getting into it. Let's go. Next one. And this is thank you to Eric Henderson. Okay, so we got 38 with Kris thus far. What's your most pleasant surprise movie this year? It's from Zach Millen Talks Movies. I gotta say Fantastic Four. I gotta say Fantastic
K-pop
Four.
Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah, that's one I still gotta see. Still gotta watch that one.
You gotta react to that one.
I know. I was going to do it with my friend Tina yesterday, but I had to cancel on her because I'm in the middle of a move right now and I had to do something. I feel so bad. So that I think the two movies I'm gonna do with Tina are K-pop Demon Hunters and Barbarian, which I've never seen.
Ooh.
You've never seen that one either, I'm sure.
No.
Right.
I always have just Amy Newman explain what happens for these movies beat for beat for me.
Fair. Philly G. Just found out that one of my local theaters are going to be showing 1980s Flash Gordon. That's fun. It's part of its late night summer camp series. Is there an 80s movies you'd like to see back in the theater? Rad. I know they played it in the theater too recently. Rad. I think Ed Harold told me about it. It'd be a good one.
Oh. I'd love to see Clue. But like the
Clue.
cut that they give you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Not the weird thing they did in theaters of, and here's a random ending, so you keep going back to see it.
Yeah. Ryan S. Lena Headey was paid $7 million for her role in Thor: Love and Thunder, even though she never made it into the final cut of the movie. Kris for the win. She got $7 million. So $7 million went into paying an actress that wasn't even in the damn film. I mean, that's
okay. I am not queen of the cutting room floor if she's raking in money like that for not getting in the final cut.
Crazy. Like you can just throw money away like that. It's like
damn
crazy. CC Black. Comic book accurate X-Men is bigger than Avengers. If they put it all together the right way, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah. It's all about the execution.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Right now, 39. I think that's not bad. It's a good fight. It was a good fight. So who was harassing? I never harassed. Anyway, Kris, where can the people find you? Let's see if they keep you on again. Can you make a comeback like Roxy? We shall see. But until then, what do you do?
You can always keep up with me over on Instagram at It's Kris Carr. That's where I will post stuff about Yorkie-thon, which is happening this Saturday, July 26th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we are reading from Halloween Returns. This is the closest you'll get to see me enjoying horror because I'm helping puppies and reading with some really cool people. And then you can go check out the Two Filthy Casuals podcast wherever you get your podcasts or over on YouTube at youtube.com/@twofilthycasualspod.
Awesome. Look at this. Crap and shits. Kristian Hendershot, not Henderson. Sorry. Or call me Hendershit. That's what my teacher said. Oh, your teacher said that? They should have been fired. They should have been fired.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's so true. Someone just said that's how Marvel budgets get so big. Pay that $7 million.
Yeah.
What do you mean $7 million to like that? $7 million back for someone who wasn't even in the film. Remember, like when someone made $7 million in a film, they were like the highest paid actor or actress. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's just insane money.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Pierre, what's up, Pierre? Why isn't anyone talking about how Gunn gave a Superman who kills? Does he kill? Who's he kill?
Oh, I mean, I guess he doesn't save someone. He lets them go into.
That person's not.
But that's not
coming back anyway. Who did he kill, Pierre? I don't remember him. Maybe I'm.
Is it okay for me to say it, or I think we're talking about.
We've been a week behind, so I'm gonna give a quick spoiler to people. So
Spoiler.
Hold on a second. Let me do this before you do that. Hold on. There's just gotta get rid of that. Okay. All right.
So I'm wondering if he's talking about Ultraman going into that black hole.
He actually said this. He follows it up and he said, Peacemaker stated in his interview that Superman declared that he only kills when necessary.
Well, I'm not going to believe Peacemaker.
Right. I'm not going to believe Peacemaker. And I also don't know if that was a goof on Snyder. If you don't see it, so I don't think we have one that kills just yet, Pierre. Pat for president, support for Kris. I'm so excited and pumped for Fantastic Four. It's the most impatient I've been in anticipation of a movie for years. I will say, and I wasn't expecting this when I was at the screening, it felt like an event.
Good.
It felt like an event. Like people were waiting for it to get started, and I was pumped. When I could feel that, you can feel that in the crowd, and I was like, oh man, this is exciting. Let's see. Okay, so any more there? Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Pierre just throws in. Thank you, Pierre. And
Oh,
then
and Busy
Busy
Bee.
Yes, more support. Also, glad to see Attack Peter again. Yeah, it was great to have him on. So, Attack Peter and I did a full show on the Down to Earth channel last week, and we're going to do more for sure. So,
Nice.
I love Peter. Peter's a great guy. I'm definitely assuming he's going to be. He's always at Comic-Con. So, if you're going to Comic-Con, go say hello to Peter and tell him that obviously we said hi. Going to next Monday, I'm going to see Naked Gun. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to see The Bad Guys Part 2. Those are my two movies I'm seeing next week. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Okay. Pierre, Soups killed a bunch of Luthers towards the end of the movie when he did his spinning heat vision. Were those actual people? A few of those guys fell to their deaths. Were those actual? Maybe you're right.
I didn't think that they died, though, because we heard them groaning on the ground. I thought their suits just got destroyed. Maybe I'm being altruistic.
Maybe, but I don't know. That's a good call. I guess maybe because it wasn't so intimate like it was with Zod's neck. That
Yeah.
yeah.
There was no denying that had happened.
Right. Oh, that's true. I mean, I have to watch that movie again for sure. They said no, those are bots. Wait, hold on. Where is it?
Okay. Yeah, because I thought that was the whole thing, was that they were in some kind of suit thing. Yeah.
I'm so confused. Geek Lodestars. Damn it, Kristian, after watching you and Sam react to Loki season 2, I'm over here singing Deedle. Love you guys. MCU watch along. I can't tell you how many people have told me that. So I do it more on purpose now. Obviously the Marvel I sing along to it. I go Cheetle deedle deedle don Cheetle Cheetle do Leedle don Cheetle don Cheetle, where are you? And
they should use that.
They should absolutely use it, because where is Don Cheadle? And everybody now is singing the Don Cheadle song. So I'm glad
Where is Don Cheadle, and is he a Skrull? What's going on?
Yes, Deedle-doo, where are you? Eric Henner's shot. Still pounding that Kris C as Squirrel Girl drum. There you go.
Thank you. God, I want to be Squirrel Girl so bad.
Yeah.
I love her.
Same, not bots, but they're being arrested at the end. So it looks like they didn't die.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to say, I've seen this movie twice. I don't think he kills anybody.
Yeah, I've got to watch it again to see. Man, they're not letting you go, Kris. They're keeping you battling.
Keep it coming, y'all.
Brookie Brook 420. One of the AMCs is allowing certain screens to have an anything goes policy, like Pee Wee Herman stuff. Thoughts? What does that mean? Like
we all can give each other hand jobs in the theater? I don't think so. I don't think AMC. That's not what they want you doing with your Galactus popcorn bucket.
I mean, that Deadpool popcorn bucket would have a lot of fun.
No, AMC is not adding to the Nicole Kidman thing. We come for this place for magic and a little down below the belt action. Like that, I don't think they're encouraging it.
Oh, it's hilarious. Let's see. Pat for president. I'm also excited for the Naked Gun. It will be fun to see spoof slapstick comedy on the big screen again. It'll be my first experience. I'm 28. I can't wait. And I'll tell you this, and I have no shame in saying this. I've told you guys already how many times I've been talking about it all this week with IndieCloud. You bet your ass I'm taking IndieCloud with me to go see Naked Gun. 100%.
I have never put one of your coupons into a website faster. I was like, oh shit.
I'm telling you. And the other night, oh my, I took one of the sleep ones, and I woke up, and after I fell asleep, I woke up to go to the bathroom, and I felt good waking up. I'll just tell you that. Jimmy B 93. Fuck yeah, Kris. Yo, I was a fan of Superman, but I didn't love it. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Suicide were better written. Do you guys agree? And if so, do you think Gunn will do well with some more notes? I do agree that both those movies, I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Suicide Squad significantly better than I like Superman.
I'd put Superman in the middle of those two. I liked it more than Suicide Squad because I just had so much fun and it was so hopeful. Yeah.
It definitely was. I think I think Suicide Squad was a better written movie.
It is, yeah. Superman's pretty chaotic. It's a little all over the place. Yeah. But man, Guardians 3 is so good. That is such a tight script and story, and it's so well done. Gosh, that is one of the best things he's ever written, and it's one of the best things Marvel has ever done.
great. Yeah, I just watched it recently again too. It's great. So yeah, I would put that as the number 3 out of those 3, but Kris would have it as number 2. Philly G, favorite chocolate chip cookie. I like the classic. I like the classic chocolate chip cookie. How about yourself?
I'm pretty standard. My mom makes really good chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
I like a homemade cookie from Marie Carr.
And Philly G also says favorite donut, Boston cream.
Oh, I like that voodoo donut.
Which one?
Oh, the voodoo donut, but the actual little voodoo guy. So it's filled with like sour cherry jam and a pretzel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I went to. This is the one thing I will say. AMC. We went to. I went with Matt Serra to go see Fantastic Four, and I was actually really good. I usually I'm trying to eat better, and I've been eating better. And when I have my cheat meals, it's usually pizza or something else too. And I go to when you go to Penn Station, there's Rose's Pizza in Penn Station. I'll go there and I'll stop and get a slice. I like their slices. They get good sauce. And I'm like, I'm not doing it today. I'm not wasting it on this. I'm not going. And then I get to the theater and I get snacks, and Sarah gets this huge bucket of popcorn. And then he gets this pretzel and he goes, look at this pretzel. It was like the size of Galactus's foot. It was huge, this pretzel. I couldn't believe it, how big this pretzel was. I don't know how much it cost. It had to have been $15. It had to have been. It was the biggest pretzel I've ever seen in my life. Never seen a pretzel this big. And I don't know if it's just what they're doing now at AMC, but Kris, I'm not even lying to you. Like the pretzel was like
Hell
that.
Yeah.
It was like that big. It's like that big.
I'm gonna finally go see Jurassic today, and I will absolutely go see if they do those big ass pretzels.
They have them, the big ass pretzels, like a soft pretzel, whatever. But it was huge. I couldn't believe it. And he offered me some of it. And I couldn't do it. And pretzel's my snack that I love. And the cheese and everything. Didn't do it. Brizzy B, support for Chris Carr for bringing the filthy. Hell yeah.
If I knew I just had to talk about hand gibbers to get you guys to write me questions.
That's it. 50. That's it. 56 so far. They're not letting you go. Pierre Jordy, from the height they were at, can't convince me a few of those guys didn't fall to their deaths. I don't care how much of a cartoon the movie is. That's fair. But again, Pierre, you don't see it. You don't see it. So the argument, you can't win the argument. It's not roses. It used to be roses. It's roses now. It used to be roses. But yeah, it is. Yeah, you have an argument if you were James Gunn to say you never saw him die. So that's it.
Yeah.
Pat for president. I've been loving all of the Fantastic Four's Instagram Reels posts. They've really improved the marketing quality in the last few weeks. They've been doing that. Yeah.
They've really stepped it up. I was wondering how you felt about this though. We have a really different, like, Superman's campaign was so much of we filmed this on a phone, we're doing all that stuff, and then all the marketing for Fantastic Four is a lot glossier. It's a lot more put together.
Sure.
And I just have been kind of, this is my background's in marketing, where I was like, I wonder what the kind of thought process is behind that, of making Superman more a man of the people and letting the Fantastic Four be the kind of like iconoclast rock stars they are, or if it is just, this is how we're doing it versus this is how another studio's doing it.
Disney spends more money and Warner Brothers tries to cut costs and say, do it on your iPhone. Yeah. More or less. Busy Bee says support for the pups. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, I got both of them in here with me too. We'll do the tiny one. Come here, Bubba. Thank you, Busy Bee. This one's Trico. He's a menace. He's the one who ate all of my like mics and XLR cables.
Yep. Oh man, that's not fun.
Yeah.
So wait, let me see. The other thing I wanted to ask you, this is a question that came up yesterday. $1 billion movies. There's only one so far right now, and that's Lilo and Stitch. So the question now remains, with the upcoming movies that are coming out, which movies do you think have a shot to do it, and why?
Ooh. I mean, I think with how everyone's reacting to Fantastic Four and the momentum coming off of Superman, I think that could do well, especially because of the global box office. I think that could be really fun for them, and they could achieve that. I think there's the potential, but I think ultimately Jurassic though is going to be the thing that like slowly brings in that money and has that like crawl to that kind of place. I don't know what else is coming out that really could achieve that. We have Avatar at the end of the year.
Avatar is, I think, is a sure bet. Avatar is a sure bet. I think Jurassic is it'll hit 700 this week. It's got a good shot of like 850. I think $1 billion's a stretch. I don't think Fantastic Four is going to get there. I do think, and I said, never bet against kid movies. Never bet against them, because you have already Lilo and Stitch, right? You've had Minecraft that came close to doing it.
Minecraft did great.
Zootopia 2 has a very good shot. Family movies.
Oh, is that out this year?
Yes. Family movies.
That's for sure.
And Wicked. And Wicked 2 also has a shot. But I would.
The second half of Wicked is a weird part of the play, though.
Is it? Okay. I don't know it well enough. I don't know well enough, but I would say that the two, but just never bet against family movies. And I'm going to say that that Zootopia has a good shot. And yeah. So
for some reason I thought that came out next year. Yeah, that one's going to absolutely sweep.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we have a couple more comments here, and then we can go. Eric Hendershot, is the 9th show with Sam being streamed in some form? It is. You can go to that the link in the description. You can buy the live stream also. Can't afford the gas from Cleveland and New York City at my F-150 and it's thirsty V8. Yeah, I understand. You can get it. It's being live streamed as well. Pooch Shoot Riot. Can't wait to see Fantastic Four tomorrow and spend $80 on that popcorn bucket. Hopefully it'll get me off like that one reviewer said it did for him. Yeah, someone said it beat you off or something like that.
Man, AMC really is going in all in on that then.
Seems like it.
Wow.
I'm so impressed that you all the way back we got to almost 60. That's pretty damn good.
Hey, thanks guys. And if Brett was here, we would have made it.
Made it to 20.
We would have done it.
Yeah, true. All right, Kris. Again, quick plug again. Just give them that channel, and then we'll leave.
Yeah, Two Filthy Casuals. Go listen to that, and then come hang out with me, Yorkie-thon, this weekend. Info will be on my Instagram. It's Kris Carr.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you being here as always. You guys rule. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. If you haven't checked out the Grasping at Straws pilot, please go and do that. Leave your comments here. Hit 11,000 views on that. That's from like 2007, guys. And we're working on our new pilot. I'll have more information on that when it comes out. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all for being here. We'll see you guys on the flip side back here tomorrow with Steph Sabra. Thank you, everybody. Bye.